What's up, guys? It's BarrowsBOY for a very important video on the achievement diaries. Those of you who have been watching my stream lately know that I have been dedicating myself to getting a bunch of these achievement diaries done. Been covering them from a news angle, making sure you guys know everything about them. So if you have any questions about the diaries themselves, I can probably answer them. But make sure you first and foremost head to this dev blog. It is on the front page of RuneScape right now. I will link to it in the description of the video. This is a very important update because we've had the dev blog about the rewards. The community gave input. We have now reached a point where, drumroll please, here's this massive list that John C. has now posted of things that have been updated. This is a big deal. Now I'm going to highlight some of the more important ones, but keep in mind there are a lot more than the ones I'm just going to talk about. So here we go. They've moved the lunar spells that were added with the Frenetic Diary, the Enchant Dragonstone Jewelry spell, as well as the Tan Leather spell. Those have both been moved to the hard diaries from the Elite. Much easier to do. Again, if you scroll to the very bottom of this post, and let's just show you how to do that, you have these, again, these buttons that can open up the full rewards. So, same as the old dev blog, it's just you've got this big log of things that have happened before. Moving on, another very important one right at the top, moved Noted Dagannoth Bones to the Elite rewards. That's a huge one. We were getting Noted Dagannoth King Bones from the hard diary. It is now an elite requirement. So that diary almost certainly going to need you to get 91 fishing. Folks who like DKs, better get your fishing on. Moving on, replace the increased pay dirt experience with an increased chance at higher ores from pay dirt cleaning. So I don't think you any longer will get more experience from Motherlode Mine. That's another big one. It was something I was definitely looking forward to, completing the Fally Diary and then doing my mining for the Wildy Diary. Not so much anymore. Still good, you're making more money, but no more 20% XP from the Elite, no more 10% XP from the hard. Unfortunate, but it's alright. They've reduced the Marks of Grace boost from the Arty Diary. The Elite Diary gave you a 50% boost on your Marks of Grace from the Arty course. That's down to 25%. Again, that would still probably require 90 agility. 50% is quite an increase, so keep Ameli's prices down, I guess. I guess some people had some complaints about that. Moving on, added some more specific information regarding the Apatol Room and the Crystal Halberd. Apatol Room is some room you'll get access to. I'm not quite sure the details. I will look down below after we're done going over these. And obviously the Crystal Halberd has been updated a little bit too, and it's been moved to hard as opposed to the Elite. This is really cool. We've added the ability to decide which obelisk you teleport to in the Wildy. So when you're out there teleporting from those obelisks, you can actually decide which one. Again, we'll touch on that as we scroll down. This is going to be a long video, so I'm trying to cover the basic changes here, and then we'll go talk about them more. So if you want to stick around for the longer part of the video, obviously that's there for you. If you just want this part, you're just here for this part. There is now going to be a bone... Well, actually, screw that. Reduced double runes from Barrows to a 50% increase. Thank you for dialing this back. Double would have been insane. We've added a Bone Crusher to the Mauritania rewards, powered by Ecto Tokens, meaning that if you have been getting a bunch of Ecto Tokens, you can now bring them somewhere. There's a use for them. You'll get a Bone Crusher, and apparently Ecto Tokens will be consumed, and bones will get crushed, and you'll get prayer XP. Sounds pretty interesting to me. We'll see how it works out. I'm excited. I've been wanting a Bone Crusher in Old School for a long time. They adjusted the run replenishment on the Explorer's Ring. Not a huge deal. There's some other stuff. This one's a big one. They've added the Bolt Effect chance. That was an original Seer's Diary reward. It is now coming back to the Kandarin Diary in Old School. Pretty cool. And a potential Achievement Diary cape. And this is really cool. And it's also kind of exciting because, as I will cover in just a moment, less than 100 players have the requirement to complete all the Elite tasks as of this post being up. That's crazy. Keep in mind there are 35 players maxed in RuneScape. In theory, most of them are probably able to do all the tasks. What you have to understand is a lot of max players don't care about quests. They won't do quests if they don't have to. So people with quest capes are probably the majority. Honestly, there's probably a lot of high-level players with quest capes. Who are those 100? Again, there's only 35 max players, and a lot of them skip out on quests. There's quests like Darkness of Hollowvale that's probably going to be required. There's a lot of people who haven't done that quest just because there's no reason to do it. I found that fascinating. Again, these all of this task stuff is very important. The easy tasks, almost everybody should be able to do. Medium tasks have skills up to 40 and 50. So if you have a 50 base, congratulations, you can now complete the medium diaries. Hard tasks, You need at least 75 in everything, and apparently master quest requirements, so that's probably Legends quests, stuff like that. And of course, then you've got 80 to 99, and then utilize the highest level content in terms of combat questing and minigames. That's an interesting statement. It's got a little ambiguity to it. That's kind of making the assumption that killing bosses is going to be required for these diaries. Who knows if that means you will have to solo bosses? It's very difficult to kind of look at that and say, well, how can Jagex keep track? You know, there's all sorts of if, ands, or buts when it comes to that. So not exactly sure what that means just yet, but we will figure it out eventually. All I know is I've got a lot more work to do. Jagex has done nothing but add more work. So there's the bare bones update. Obviously, there's this achievement diary cape, which is good times. This paragraph here just touches on the fact that none of the items will be best in slot for anything except for the Artie cloak. I already knew that. Most of you should have already known that, but clearly addressing a concern amongst the community. And the achievement diary cape, I think it's a fantastic idea. Again, it will be polled. I don't think you need necessarily to poll just the cape. I think that's a little silly. But Jagex will be polling not only the cape, but also its ability to trim the quest cape. So that's cool. And trimming the quest cape should do no more than just give it the prayer bonus that it deserves, really. A lot of people were fans of the quest cape being trimmed and giving you some ridiculous new trimmed thing. Just give it the prayer bonus all trimmed skill capes get. That's cool. So, talking about specific rewards that have been changed, let's take a look at Fremennik. No longer is noting Dagannoth bones in the hard diary. Really sad. We can take a look at the 2 new spells. Obviously tan leather. I touched on both of these, but if you need to look them over, there they are right there. What else did we want to take a look at? I think we wanted to take a look at the Valley diary? Yeah, so they've moved the 20% higher chance of receiving a clue scroll to the medium clue, the medium diary. Makes more sense. Lower level players are the ones who are going to take advantage of that, so why make it a high level reward, right? So here's this deal. They've removed the XP and they've changed it to slightly increased chance at receiving higher ores when cleaning Paydort, and again, further increased chance at receiving higher ores. Very inspecific. I'm sure they're working out in their brains some math on that. It would be nice to know. Maybe every single ore has a percentage chance. I don't know how Paydirt works for Motherlode Mine, but there you go. You get an increased chance of the higher level herbs. Of course, we still have this tree patch in Falador not getting touched, which is muy bueno. Again, Kandarin, we should have the when worn, and that's the interesting thing. So I didn't actually know this, but you have to wear the Kandarin headband. That is a big deal. No one is going to want to wear the Kandarin headband just to get that special bolt effect. No one. That wasn't touched on in the top. It's kind of assumed that it would be a passive bonus like it used to. Not the case anymore, so that's important. And I don't believe anything changed in the Elite down here. Should be completely the same. I think they may have added this 15% higher yield from the Cathaby patch. I'd have to check on that. I don't notice that. That may have been in the last one, but the Kandarin diary for the most part hasn't been my concern, so I guess I haven't been paying much attention to it. I think that's most of them. We can take a look at the Crystal Halberd changes. We've got some information here. Honestly, I don't know how useful this is going to be. Granted, it's better than a D-Halley, but for high-level PVMing, there's not a lot of uses for it other than its special attack. So, concerns me a little bit that this might not be super useful, but I guess we are yet to see. And where's this room? This Ape Atoll room. Somewhere around here. Where? Access to the locked room under the Ape Atoll, the room with the monkey skull. So that doesn't mean anything to me. Hopefully you guys in comments will know, but I have no idea what that is. It could be really interesting. It could be really terrible. It's the hard diary. It can't be too great, but it could be somewhat useful. So there you go. And obviously the Wildy diary. I don't think we've been given any more information on the Wildy diary. I would like to know. We did get obviously the increased dark crab catch rate. That could make dark crabs useful. Probably not. RuneScape community hates crabs. And why would you like them, really, unless you're from Maryland? Oh, and I am from Maryland. Go crabs, I guess. Sure. State animal or something. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Again, a few key changes. A lot of the stuff I've talked about on the stream has been directly changed again. If you look at the Mauritania rewards, one of the big changes: no more cannonballs. You can't find it anyway. There are no more cannonballs. And hey, good thing I went back. Bone Crusher, an item that when carried automatically crushes bone drops and provides half the prayer experience you would have gotten for burying them. The Bone Crusher is claimed charged with a small amount of Echo tokens. So it looks like you can get it by paying with Ecto tokens, meaning you would have to have done some prayer at the Ectofungus. Not a huge deal for a lot of people, especially because Robin is going to be helping you make Ectofungus a little easier. But that's interesting. It's good that it's not the way I thought originally, but it's a little better. And Bone Crusher's great for anyone doing a lot of PVM. Anyway, it has been a lovely 11 minutes with you. Thank you so much for joining for this Achievement Diary update video. As always, sub to the channel for more updates. Sub to the channel for poll rundowns. I'm opinionated. You want to hear it. Here's the place for it. Thank you so much for liking and commenting on the video. It does mean a hell of a lot. Keeps me motivated and able to do this further. So thank you so much, guys. Hope to see you on the stream and on the next video. Take care. Peace.